YouTube family, what's the word, man? I hope everybody's been well. I missed y'all. It's been a hot minute. I know I've been gone and it's been a lack of content, mainly in the past week. That's really just because life shit's been life, and man, that's all it is. I have a matriarch of the family who is currently going through health problems right now, and so we've been spending time with her. And not to mention that I just got some other like house things that I need to get fixed practically that's going on. So that's really it. It's just been life shit happening. So I apologize for the lack of content. And I appreciate you all's patience and hanging with me when it comes to this, man. But in today's video, it's practically a discussion about super counters, and the discussion was held with a member of the community, his name being Vic for Vendetta. So shout out to you, Vic. I appreciate you for the conversation. I appreciate you for your opinions. I appreciate you for us being able to hold a respectful discussion, even if we did feel very passionate about whatever it is we was talking about. And yeah, man, I want to do more content like this where our whole discussion is more so with you guys, the community, right? Because there's one thing for content creators, regardless of how big or small they are, to sit here and try to put this stuff out. It's another thing when you hearing from other people who are like you, right? And that comes from a skill aspect or whatever the case may be. So it doesn't matter what your rank is. I don't care what the fuck your rank is. I don't care how good it is that you think you are. Bro, if you feel like you have a point that you want to make and you want a platform of some sort to actually be able to discuss it on, hit me up, man, and we can sit down and talk about it. Like I said, it has to be respectful. I'm not here to spread none of that hate or none of that extra shit that's going on. So let's make sure that we can do this in a very civil way. You know what I mean? And when we hold these discussions, they stay on topic. But like I said, in this discussion, we ended up talking about super counters. I felt that it was a skill issue. Vic felt that it was a lack of accessibility. So just so you guys understand where the stances are, there will be some interruptions in between this because this conversation happened while I was on a live stream. So if you guys want to be here for live streams to be able to hold conversations like this, like I said, hit up or join the Discord. Link will be in the description. You can add the JustCallMeSageYT account on PSN, and you know what I mean. We can get some games in. We can hold these discussions, or we can just talk about other shit. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this, man. We've been yapping long enough, and we yapped long enough in the video. See, I talk long enough. I fuss with y'all, man. If y'all like this type of video or this type of content, please hit that like button, hit that sub button. It doesn't do a lot for y'all, but it does a fuck ton for me, and I appreciate it. We're closing in on 300 subs, so let's try and get there, man. We can make that push. I know I got to do more with content is concerned, but we'll go ahead. We'll make it happen when it happens. All right. I love y'all. Y'all be smooth, and I'll catch y'all next time. All right. Godspeed.
I got this one.
Beast Gohan is about to be a fucking issue, bro.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, him and Super Saiyan 4 Goku.
Can never beat me.
Oh yeah, this Goku just turned into a tank.
Yeah, I mean, look, I get it makes sense to buff the 5 seconds because like if I'm gonna beat you in 5 seconds, it's gonna actually last for 5 seconds. Then it needs to be,
Worth it.
You need your key. Yeah, and I really hate this fucking super counter now.
Really? What don't you like about it?
It's not responsive. The up in circle, up in square.
Yeah.
That's the super counter, correct?
Yeah, that's super counter.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's less responsive now.
Really? You're the first fight I had all day, so well, at least since the patch. So we're about to see what's up.
Okay, and if I miss it, they even said in the patch notes, it's like if you miss it, you get penalized. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like, first off, this shit is completely unresponsive. So why penalize somebody when, for one, each character has different speeds when they land attacks.
I don't think it's a bad thing too much because he get 8 stacks, brother. Look at the damage.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck?
No, bro. This nigga Goku turned into a tank with that shit.
But there's too much.
But with super counters, my thing with super counters is that I feel like they didn't need to get touched. But the fact that they did get touched, I'm not mad about it.
They just made it closer to how Tenkaichi 3 was, because that's how Tenkaichi 3 was. If you ended up pressing the super counter input and you didn't time it correctly, it penalized you for it.
Sage, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to push back on that one because for one, that is a game that didn't have the thoughts or the forethought of accessibility. Z counters were completely hard and atrocious for Tenkaichi 3. I agree with that, and but there was no way to update that for everyone else to use that. Now you implemented something for a little more accessible, and now you taking it away.
So and this is only for me, and like the only reason I say this, and I know is because I enjoy traditional fighters more so than I do anime fighters, even though I've grown up playing anime fighters. As far as accessibility goes, I understand it. I understand accessibility for people who are like physically impaired when it comes to certain things. As far as when it comes to if you're not physically impaired or anything like that, I feel like those are things that are skill gaps, in my opinion. So those are things that need to be learned how to adapt to. Now, the one caveat I will give you is the fact that with this game, there's no rollback. So with everybody's connection being so varied, it's very difficult then in order to do it, right? Okay. So I give you I'll understand from that aspect, but from a skill aspect, it makes a skill gap, which I think is perfectly fine.
My friend, there's still people who still don't know how to do a Z counter in Tenkaichi 3.
I'm aware.
17-year-old game. No, so that's not a skill gap. That's completely atrocious.
No, I don't think so. The only reason why is because they tell you how to do it in the game.
They tell you how to do it, but it's still like even when you try it in the tutorial, it's still non-existent.
The only reason I can't say that is because I was able to do it in Tenkaichi 3 when I was a shorty.
You were, and you are an exception to the rule, my friend. You are an exception to the argument. Come on, like I'm.
Oh shit. Oh, they said hold down on deathfalls now.
Huh?
On what's it called? When hard knockdowns, they said that you have to hold what's it called? Back or down now in order for you to recover right. Great vanish.
Thank you.
Yo, by the way, how we doing, boys? Hope y'all chilling.
Chilling, man. Chilling. How you be, bro?
Bro, big ballin', bro.
How you feel about
DLC.
I was say, how you fucking with everything?
I mean, look, bro. Am I a little upset that Rank's got a new little AIDS fest going on? No, but like, I mean, did I expect any less? No. So I'm pretty happy with it. They made really two cool characters.
Yeah.
Actually, all of them were pretty cool. I mean, the Gammas are like, I don't know how many people are really going to be running the Gammas like that. But like,
the Gammas are made to throw hands. That's what they're for. They're tough. I'm not going to lie to you. Just from me checking them out, the Gammas are nice.
That's man.
I'm fucking with them. Oh, God.
I am getting to that point now where I'm realizing that we have 2 Diamond DLCs to go through before we get anything else, and I'm just kind of dreading it. I want some fire. I need some I want some cool characters coming out. I want like a Dragon Ball DLC. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I feel that. Like other characters
like
outside of this.
Oh yeah, bro. Even some like GT characters. Like yo, they added Baby. They don't have Super 17.
Yeah.
GG's.
I definitely feel that. GG's, bro. GG's. Oh, Vic, your point. What were the point that you was making? I didn't mean to step away from your point.
No. I appreciate that we circle back on this, but it's like I'm going back to if there's a small window, a small minority, a group of people who play Tenkaichi 3 and know how to do a Z counter. That's a flawed system, my friend.
You would call that flawed?
Yes, I would call it flawed. Because it's not easily accessible. It's not easily learned how to do.
But I mean, okay, so Say,
Yo, Big Red, whenever you can.
give me this. Say for Major, I'm in agreement with you, and the example that I'm about to give is Tekken, right? If you play a Mishima, right, you know how to get off an electric. It's still very difficult for you to be able to do due to the frame you know what the fuck I'm trying to say. Due to what the frame, yeah, it's a tough word, bro. Words be tough. But due to how difficult and quick the timing is in order for you to get off an electric, if you can't do it, that's a player issue. That's not a game issue. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of other games that I can bring to that as well when it comes to certain things. Street Fighter back in the day, in order for you to get a parry off, that was frame perfect parrying that you had to input in order for you to get off that parry. The Daigo moment that we got, that was player execution. Yes, he's a rare breed when it comes to it, but just because it's hard to access doesn't mean that it's not possible to do. That's a player skill that he decided to develop and get good at. So that's where I feel like I said, it's a skill gap at that point. The only thing that I really end up feeling where it's like, okay, cool, I can give it to you for real, is like I said, this game doesn't have good connection. The servers aren't that good. So because of that, because the servers aren't good, then I can end up giving you, okay, yeah, this needs to give some leeway just due to servers and connectivity issues. But just from a skill perspective, I feel like it's more of a skill gap more so than anything.
I mean, we can say that, but it's also like, if you're not giving, I mean, how many people know those windows though? That's the other question. Hold on, let me run this fight.
Yeah, run the fight and then we can talk. Yeah.
A few moments later.
That's like not knowing how to combo in UFC 5. The tutorials and possibility is there. You just got to train for it. Major, the one thing I will say in defense, or like to counter argument, that the training mode in this game isn't as in depth as it is in like UFC 5. I will say that it doesn't do very well with explaining a lot of the concepts and the uses or varied uses for things on this game, right?
And that was the same problem in Tenkaichi 3 with the Z counter. So I mean, like, I don't know what
my counter argument still to that though is that we're in the age of information now. You can Google everything. You know what I mean?
And even in the Googles, I mean, bro, there's been several people, like Grandmaster Hulk put out a tutorial last year on how to do the Z counter, and it's still like, huh? You know, like.
I mean, I didn't look at that video. I didn't look at it. The main thing that I knew was that everybody had a differing way, air quotes, on how to do a fucking, what's it called, a super counter, because everybody felt they had the best way or the perfect way to do it, where it doesn't matter what it is, as long as the game reads that you have flicked up and you hit square and those inputs are put in at the same time when that attack makes contact with your character, that's the super counter. It doesn't matter if you flick them both, flick up and hit square at the same time. If you flick up and then hit square directly afterwards, regardless of how it is, if the game reads that input, the super counter goes off. So that's my whole thing with it, is that if you know that you have people saying like, oh, both of these ways work, then both of them work. It's just a preference now as far as who likes to do it, what you're more comfortable with. You know what I mean? So it's still an aspect of people have access to the information to know how to do it. People just have to, one, find their way to be able to do it, and two, understand that connectivity is always going to vary your input. Correct me shit on here.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but in Tenkaichi 3, Z counter's up in circle, right?
I believe so. I haven't played that game since it's you know, whenever the fuck the last time it was.
I mean,
it's possible.
Yeah, it's up in.
Oh no, I hear you, bro. I saw you. Yeah, I was about to say, I saw that you had added it to the what's it called, to the group chat, so I figured it was you.
I mean,
but yeah, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm still gonna. I mean, we could agree to disagree, but I still believe
for
that,
sure.
You know, because I do believe like that was a bad implication in Tenkaichi 3. That window was small. The tutorial was completely atrocious. Is like, I mean, yeah, granted, you could still go and play Tenkaichi 3, play the game, play with your friends, and still not know how to use the Z counter, and still have a grand old game.
Right.
However, where the only way to get out of a fucking combo is a up and square, and now you're penalizing people for it because you want to go back 14 years ago. Times have changed. Games have changed. People who play the games and how they see things is different. So I don't.
And I think I'm about to say, and I think that's where also like where we have that agree to disagree too, because it's like I understand that times have changed, but because I'm so accustomed to, when it comes to fighting games, understanding that there are skill gaps and things, and if you can't do it, that's not on me. That's just how I grew up and understanding how to play fighting games. If I really wanted to be one of those people who could do shit, I labbed it. Either that or I have friends that help me lab it. You know what I mean? So I've always been a proponent of, if I can't do it, then it's either A, I have to accept that I can't do it and learn how to get around it, especially if it isn't an exploit or something, right? Either that or I have to sit down and learn how to fucking do it if it's that important to the game. Like, what's the joint? Dead or Alive. I don't know if anybody ever played Dead or Alive, but
I have two on my Steam Deck.
Okay, so like the counter system wasn't really explained very well in that game when it first came out, right? But even even though it wasn't explained very well, what's it called? You, by trial and error and understanding how to do the counters on that game, you end up figuring it out. Oh, okay, this is what I need to do. There's a mid, high, and low that I'm able to counter. I need to go ahead and do that shit practically and time it in order to actually activate it and do what I need to do. So it was just one of those things where it was like, okay, I gotta figure this shit the fuck out, because that counter is very important to the video game and how your defense.
Okay.
So, like I said, we can definitely agree to this. We can definitely agree to disagree, because, like I said, everybody's gonna have different opinions when it comes to it, and I'm not here to fucking force somebody to see my GGs, bro. I'm not here to make somebody force. I'm not here to make somebody like change their opinion. Like, we're just having a discussion. So I understand though where it is that you're coming from, and like today's age of gaming, I'm not gonna be that nigga that's like, oh, everybody just needs to get the fuck over it. I'm not gonna sit here and do that, because gamers aren't like that anymore. Like that's just not the state of gaming as it is anymore. You know what I mean?
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go pack a bowl.
Indeed, bro. Indeed. So from, like I said, from that side of it, from that proponent of it, I definitely can understand where it is you're coming from, and I understand the accessibility argument then as well.
Yeah. Appreciate that. I mean, that's all I can say, because you're like, yeah,
No, Major, they don't. The training mode on this game is not that good. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, they teach, like what they do is they do have a little guide in order to like, and they give you practically the bare bones of what everything is, but it's not.
Also, can I cut in real quick?
Go ahead.
Man, I might also add that they only teach you standard controls, not classic.
Oh, see, I didn't even peep that, because I play on standard on this one, so I didn't even know that.
I play classic.
See, so, and that's the thing. They don't do everything they need to help out new players, really. That's something that I noticed already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's in Xenoverse, and I didn't play Xenoverse, so I wouldn't even know how good it was then. Hey, bro, you on New Game Plus right now? Hey, look, you gonna get better.
It looks like they slowed down the teleportation, the Vanish Wars.
Yeah, it does look like they slowed it down. I couldn't fucking what's it called? Yeah.
I mean,
You said it was good as fuck. I wanted Tenkaichi type of game, so I never really even got into it. I wish I did though. Good vantage, bro.
thank you.
Xenoverse was a good one, right? Yeah.
I have returned.
I knew
I love Kakarot.
Kakarot was cool
Kakarot-
because it was a single player experience for me that I fucked with.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm glad this game exists for that. Like, you know, like you're not a traditional fighting game player. You have something to still give you that competitive edge. However, it's like we gotta find a balance of that.
The balance between it.
For accessibility and skills, you know.
Right. Oh, hey, bro. Yeah, I remember your what's it called? Your username.
Oh.
Yeah, you
and
can't do it to alts.
I tried though. I fucking tried. No, you don't. No, you don't. Damn.
GG's, bro. GG's.